So one of my teachers for hypnotherapy was actually Dolores Cannon. Yes, I am certified as a quantum healing hypnotherapist. And what set her practice apart, which I wasn't even aware that this is something we can do through hypnotherapy. I'm sure you've heard about the higher self, right? Connecting with your higher self, communicating with your higher self, tuning into your higher self. That's an important thing to do, right? And sometimes we can do that through meditation or really just staying consistent with the practice of believing that you can connect with your higher self, and then eventually you develop a relationship. What I didn't know, and this is something I learned with Dolores Cannon, is that through hypnotherapy, it's actually possible to connect with your higher self. Now, how do we know? This is fascinating because at first I was skeptical. I'm like, well, how do I even know the difference whether I'm actually still speaking with the person's subconscious mind or whether we're now connected to the person's higher self, as Dolores calls it, the superconscious, right? Well, the energy shifts. And keep in mind, I do these sessions virtually, so rarely do I see people in person. The energy shifts, the person's tonality shifts, like everything about the person shifts. All of a sudden, it's almost like they're taking on a different personality. Most of the time, this personality is a bit more serious, a little bit more, almost like, whether it's a man or a woman, like grandfatherly, kind of, And the purpose, okay, the purpose of connecting with the higher self, or the benefit, if it is available, because not everybody can do it. Every client is different, everybody's different. But if it is possible and available, the whole purpose is to actually find out, what is my path? What should be my next steps? Am I in my purpose? What are the things that I should be looking out for in the future? What are some things that, you can make me aware of? And so many clients have gotten insight and understanding and answers about the current situation, about people they should maybe be watching out for, or even messages about their parents or deceased loved ones. It's absolutely fascinating what can come through, and I wanted to share this with you because, again, even though I already was a hypnotherapist and I had trained with some of the best teachers in the world, working with Dolores Cannon was a completely different animal, so to speak, because I didn't even know that this is something we can do. And then, of course, as always, for me, the proof has to be in the pudding. Sure, it's fun to learn and it's nice to read all these claims and stories, but for me, I always like to see proof in the pudding. In other words, if I have not experienced it in my life, I'm kind of skeptical and doubtful. But once I notice a couple of these repetitions, then I know this is a real thing. So I wanted to share this because you might not be aware that this is something that you can do. Because again, typically hypnotherapy, the point is to connect with the subconscious, to help people break through unwanted habits or internal stresses, anxiety, depression, things like that, fears, right? It's very easy to overcome those things with hypnotherapy. Typically, I offer a 2-session breakthrough, and usually the person is free of whatever habit they were stuck with. But again, the quantum healing hypnotherapy, that's a whole different level. So let me know if you have any questions about this process. I'm happy to answer.